Welcome back to Unseen File. I am Jessica, and today we are going to unpack a fascinating dossier on the remarkably courageous journey of Neo Hou Minghao, the man who has single-handedly shattered the harshest stereotypes of the Chinese entertainment industry to establish himself as a truly substantial actor. In a market where idols are frequently labeled as mere window dressing, the rise of Neo Hou Minghao is not a matter of random luck, but rather the result of a highly wise, long-term strategy and perseverance that is nothing short of astonishing. When it comes to idols transitioning into acting, audiences usually tend to be skeptical and build significant psychological barriers. However, Neo Hou Minghao has chosen to step over those barriers through his own tireless, dedicated artistic labor. He did not choose the easy path of participating in superficial romance projects just to maintain his heat. On the contrary, he was willing to step back, to hone his craft, and challenge himself with roles that possess complex psychological depth. This bold choice is precisely what helped him gradually separate himself from the crowd of idols of his generation, and step by step earn the respect of even the most demanding audiences. We must acknowledge that in a fiercely competitive environment like Cbiz, where the spotlight can vanish in a single night, Neo Hou Minghao has displayed a highly clear-headed and strategic mindset toward his profession. He does not allow himself to be swept into the vortex of scandals or cheap media gimmicks, but instead, he focuses all his energy on improving his acting ability and choosing scripts with extreme caution. This is the core point that makes him completely different from other traffic-based stars, because he understands that only quality works are the most sustainable boarding passes to survive in this industry. When observing the change in how he approaches characters, we can easily see clear maturity through every stage. And this is the most convincing proof that he is not just a name to sell tickets, but truly a thoughtful person of art. He never stops researching character psychology thoroughly, even placing himself in the character's situation to understand every small emotional shift before standing in front of the camera. His ability to immerse himself in a role is no longer a forced imitation, but has become a natural blend between the artist's ego and the character. He analyzes characters based on the foundation of social insight and personal experience, rather than just relying on the script on paper. Furthermore, Neo Hou Minghao's ability to control his public image is also a valuable lesson in professionalism regarding personal career management. He maintains a quiet and clean private life, helping the audience stay completely focused on the characters he brings to the screen rather than being distracted by unnecessary personal noise. This consistency has created an invisible bond between him and his fans, a bond woven from trust in his actual competence, rather than just blind support for a pretty face or a title. We need to highly value that he does not hesitate to abandon safety, to immerse himself in projects requiring martial arts skills, as well as intense psychological scenes, because those very challenges are the catalysts for him to reveal all his hidden talents. Action scenes that require arduous practice never make him falter. On the contrary, that is where he asserts his absolute seriousness toward his craft. He spends months in martial arts studios performing dangerous sequences himself to create the most authentic experience for the role. A great actor is not someone who stands still and repeats themselves, but someone who is always seeking new limits and breaking them. And Neo Hou Minghao is doing that very well. His perseverance is not stubbornness, but the tenacity of a person who has clearly defined the ultimate goal as the long-term recognition of professionals and the audience. When analyzing his choices more closely, a very clear logic can be seen, a priority given to script quality rather than just looking at the paycheck or the fame of his co-stars. He does not shy away from collaborating with strict directors or professional film crews to learn from their experience. He seeks projects with high artistic vision where he can be guided by mentors in the field. This shows that he has a long-term strategic vision and knows exactly where he stands and where he needs to go to reach the peak of his acting career. Moreover, Neo Hou Minghao also demonstrates an extremely flexible adaptability across many different genres, from fantasy period dramas to modern psychological crime thrillers. The fact that he can transition smoothly between various shades of expression without repeating old acting habits is a rare thing to see among young actors. He is always searching for small details in character actions, such as eye movements, hand gestures, or the cadence in his delivery, to create a distinct signature that cannot be mistaken. It is this meticulousness in every small detail that has turned every one of his roles into a complete and vibrant work of art. In the world of such harsh elimination as it is today, the fact that an idol can successfully break through to become a substantial actor is a valuable testament that true talent always has a place if nurtured in the right way. Every stereotype can be broken if the artist is courageous enough to face it and patient enough to prove their ability through reality rather than empty promises. Neo Hou Minghao has done exactly that, and his journey is a lesson for many generations of young artists who are struggling to find their own place. The respect he receives today does not come from fleeting glamour, but from sleepless nights researching scripts and the bruises after every practical action scene. Every step of his shows maturity in artistic thinking and an incredibly sophisticated ability to control his emotions. It can be affirmed that Neo Hou Minghao has built a solid foundation for himself, not only to stop at the title of a young actor, but also to head toward the stature of an A-list actor with genuine depth. Serious investment in acting has created a new type of artist model in the digital age, where sincerity and practical competence are the keys to winning the audience's heart. Finally, we cannot fail to mention his influence on the younger generation of audiences. He is not just an idol on the screen, but also a source of inspiration regarding a positive lifestyle, perseverance, and limitless passion for work. Through his artistic activities, he has contributed to spreading good values to the community, encouraging everyone to constantly strive to achieve their own goals. This is the true value that a genuine artist needs to bring to society, instead of just appearing on media platforms. Hopefully, after these analyses, you have gained a deeper perspective on Neo Hou Minghao, an artist who is truly serious about the artistic path he has chosen. These insights not only help us understand him better, but also provide inspiration for those who are pursuing their passion in any field. Thank you for joining Jessica and Unseen File throughout the journey of deciphering this dossier today. Do not forget to leave your personal opinion about Neo Hou Minghao in the comments section so we can continue to discuss this issue further. Please click subscribe so you do not miss the upcoming videos, as there are certainly many more fascinating dossiers and in-depth stories waiting for you to discover with Unseen File.